heart attack. Fast, fatal, heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now. Y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirisho here, and now, before we do continue with this part, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, we had Bakugo and Izumi, along with Izuku and Katsuki. Now, this is something strange that happened. Bakugo and Izumi, they tried to, well, just relax, look into more information and find out how the world differs from their other one. And while they were doing so, they accidentally got into a bit of a commotion. Bakugo found that his memory was messed up. He was preparing a lunch for them, and he was even thinking about what to do. However, he couldn't remember how he got to the kitchen. And whenever Izumi tried to bring this up, Bakugo panicked and ran to the doorway. However, he just disappeared. And whenever Izumi tried to investigate it, basically test to see what the hell is happening, she was pushed through as well. Now, while that happened, there actually was Izuku and Katsuki. Both of these two, they were just going about the day. They met up with the people Deku knew in this timeline. And they attacked a convoy carrying something. And they were able to successfully take it down and get it to another location. They came back to find that these two are missing. And right now, they're not really too sure what to do. As we do cut over to Bakugo and Izumi. Okay, so what is going on here? I don't know. But do you understand what's going on? No. I was hoping you did. Okay, so situation. My clothes are weird. So are yours. Yeah, that's true. Why do I have a sword? I don't know, but I have one too. Alright, Bakugo gonna walk downstairs. And Izumi she was gonna follow. And right now both the two, they're surprised. Whenever they do go to walk out and look around, it feels strange. This world is clearly not like their own. It's, well, primitive. And there's no technology here. And then there was a problem. Izumi felt like it was a bit too bright. However, whenever she would go to look up to see why, she saw something that was confusing. There is a spot where the sun used to be. And the spot, it's empty. But it's what's around the spot that's confusing her. It looks almost like, well, that doesn't make sense. It's hard to describe. But there's just the outline of it. It looks like a bird with a hole in it. That doesn't make sense. But Bakugo? What? What is that? What is what? Oh. What the hell? Yeah. Now, both the two do still look up. And right now there is a whenever somebody does come walking over and going to pat both of them on their shoulders, asking what they're doing looking at the phoenix. Huh? The what? The phoenix. Are you new here? Never mind. How do you not know the phoenix? I mean, it's been there forever. The phoenix. Yeah. I mean, seriously. How do you not know what it is? I don't know. But that seems crazy, right? It's not that crazy. I mean, besides, it's always there. However, it does go dark sometimes. And then the center of it lights up the night. Right. Right, we knew that. You did? Yeah, just staring at it. Okay, well, you two have a good day now. The person going to walk away. And Bakugo, he just sort of stopped them for a minute. Wait, hmm? What is it? I have a few questions. What is going on? Uh, I don't know. What's going on with you? No, that's not what I meant. Okay, something weird is happening to us, and I don't even know how to describe it. We're leaping through worlds. You okay, man? 'Cause that sounds a little crazy. I mean, how do you even know that? Because in the world I exist in, that Deku, Bakugo pointing up, talking about how that isn't there, and the sun is a complete sphere. Hmm? The what? Okay, it's the thing in the sky that shines and lights this shit up. Okay, well, I don't know whatever you're on. I'm assuming you're completely hungover and have amnesia, but you might not want to talk like that around here. The people of the church might take offense to it. What? Right. Okay, listen. Clearly, both of you two are adventurers, so control yourselves. Um, who are you again? Oh, I'm Izuki. Right. Strange name. Anyways, listen. Just take stock of what you have. Take inventory, look for notes, whatever. That's the best advice I can give you. Hell, my wife tells me anytime I lose something, I always have to write a note about it. And I forget to do that. Just like how I forget where it is. Alright. Well, later, adventurers. The men going to walk away. And Bakugo and Izumi, they do try to do just that. And it seems odd. There is a journal that one of them are carrying, and it talks about a few things that have happened. I mean, it talks about a scar Bakugo finds on his right shoulder, and a wound Izuki had on her left arm the other day. And that's weird. Whenever Izuki tries to look at the injury that happened recently, it's scarred over and healed for the most part. Well, it does feel somewhat, well, painful to touch. The fact is, this shouldn't have been possible. Now, Bakugo and Izuki, they try and take what's happening with a grain of salt. And they're slowly trying to inch their way closer to understanding where they are. Now, we do actually have Izuku and Katsuki. Deku, he felt weird this morning. He was partially groggy, and his head felt like it was pounding. And the fact was, he felt strange. I mean, he just felt cold and hurt. Now, Deku, he does get his somewhat set up. Him attempting to turn his body and put his legs to the ground. However, he does just go to kick his feet into somebody. Whenever Deku, whenever Deku does get to do that, he does try to find out what's going on. Him throwing his eyes open, as the person, they do to someone throw themselves over and look directly at Deku. As Katsuki, she herself does get someone to jump backwards and roll into the dirt. Now, Deku, he does get someone to get back up. And Katsuki, she does try to ask, what the hell is he doing in her bed? Katsuki? What? Why are you in my room? Why? Oh no. This isn't good, is it? Where are we? I don't know. Okay. So, this is bad, isn't it? We're in a forest. Yeah, that's what I mean by bad. Um, are these all the clothes I have? What is this? Her bring her hands onto the shirt covering her body, her pulling it forwards as there is where the metal doesn't go to clack together. And Deku can see it. She's wearing chainmail? Um, okay, I'm gonna stand up. And the moment Deku does go stand up, there is where he does go to grab the blanket and throw it back down to the ground. As Balko should go from looking down to looking up towards Deku. And Deku, yeah. She's not too sure how or why things have changed, but he is heavily fucking scarred. And I mean pretty badly. As Deku does go look down, he does see his body. He has the body of a warrior. He's jacked to high hell. And then there are his injuries. A large piercing scar in his abdomen. It feels, well, strange to see. And then there's the scars on his shoulder. Now, Deku, he does go to inspect his body. Him looking over his shoulder as he does go to hear somebody. And Deku, he does go to turn around and ask who's there. Now, Deku does watch somebody go to run up. And after they do so, they do go to ask exactly what is going on here. As Deku, he does go to watch the person go to salute him. Now, Deku, he's not sure what to say. As the man, he does go to ask his commander exactly what happened. Listen, I can explain everything, just give me a minute. Listen, we're having a conversation right now, and I want you to leave. Oh, yes, ma'am. Now, you can just watch it. The person looks directly at Bakugo, and then back at him. And Deku, he doesn't fully turn around. And Bakugo does see Deku's back. There's another scar. And it's huge. Izuku? What is it? You have a scar on your back. I do? Yeah, it matches the one on the front of your stomach. Oh. Deku turning back around and walking back towards the tent. Okay, this is not good. Commander. Alright. He's a version of himself who's clearly a military leader. And from what he can tell, the way the guy looked, the fact that there's no, vehicles, guns, and a sword in his tent? That shows a lot. Bakugo? What is it? Come here. Now, Bakugo would walk back over to the tent. And Deku, he does tell her what is happening. And after she does try to hear Deku out, basically, this, and this, she can somewhat puzzle it together. And right now, there is the fact that her mind, it is somewhat trying to rewire itself. Deku can feel it. And so can she. She can remember certain things about this timeline that she doesn't know. And so can Deku. He remembers how he got the scar on his stomach. And he can physically feel the pain from it. Whenever he was impaled. That hurts. Now, Deku, he actually is currently getting ready. As whenever Deku does get to stand up tall and walk out of his tent, he does get greeted by many people. And a lot of them, they are somewhat surprised to see Deku and Bakugo. As whenever Deku, he is in front of a bunch of people, they do ask the commander exactly what are their orders for the day. Carry on with business as usual. Sir, are you sure that that is advised? Are you questioning me? Yes, sir. Alright, then tell me what is currently happening, and why we should not continue with business as usual. Sir, if we continue with business as usual, then we run the risk of being found out. Really? Yes, sir. Um, if we try to keep things as they are, we will, be caught. Hmm. All right. And pray tell, who will catch us? Um, well, that would be, people who are taking up quests, sir. Really? Yes. All right. Fine. Let me reinstate this. Business as usual, but be careful. Do what all of you regularly do. However, try to make sure you are not seen, and if you are heard, make sure you are not found. Do I make myself clear, everybody? Now, some people do get a nod, and Deku, he is actually starting to recognize a few more things. In this world, he went through some sort of betrayal. No, it wasn't that. What was it? His mind feels his mind feels so blocked off from something. That's the weird part. He can feel it there in his head, but he doesn't know what it is. That'd be what Deku does think. And right now, Deku, he currently is wondering about what to do. As after he does try to recall most of his thoughts, and Bakugo does go over a few things herself, there is where Deku, he tries to think about what's going to happen. Now, Deku, he currently is standing out by the river, and he is swinging around a large sword. And he's wondering about what to do. What will happen soon? And if things are going to flip again. Okay, that seemed weird. The last change, it happened a month ago. At least that's where his memory tells him. Okay, so Bakugo and Izumi, they were gone for a while. They didn't return, and they just assumed that they may have flipped, shifted. I mean, what else is there to say? Alright, so presumably they've been split up. Maybe they're here? Alright, we need to get some information and find out where they are. Maybe if they head somewhere large, they can find them. Somewhere important. Somewhere everybody does know. Then maybe they can all gather together. Now, this is what Deku is thinking. And as Deku is currently swinging his sword, there is actually where he does attempt to bring up his hand. And he does try to think about his quirk. The moment he does try to activate it, it's not there. Still. Fuck. Okay, let's see. Come on. Deku trying to think. He tries to focus on his quirk. However, there's nothing. And Bakugo just come walking up, asking Deku what he's doing. As he turn to her and see her in a proper commander outfit. She's covered in armor. Along with that, there is the fact that right now, Deku does find it somewhat interesting to see. Now, Deku, he does stare at her, as there actually is the fact that her arm plates, or the plates covering the top part of her forearm, and covering her chest, the entire metal piece, it's solid, and it is surrounded by a strange looking glow. What is wrong with your armor? I don't know. I was told it was special. I'm not too sure. But whenever I put it on, I just felt better. I mean, seriously. So, um, I wanted to point something out. Right. Clearly, we're in some sort of fantasy setting, right? Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, good. So, if that's the case, Then where exactly are we? I don't know. I mean, as far as I can tell, everything's normal. Right. That was another thing I noticed. We're just in a fantasy world. Don't you think that seems a little weird? I do. But right now, I'm more worried about the fact that I'm remembering a lot more than I am. What do you mean? You know how I started acting weird in the other timeline? Yeah, I feel like this version of myself, not me. Right. Now that you're mentioning it, I'm starting to notice that I feel different. You too? Yeah. I mean, someone offered me something to drink earlier and I didn't feel bothered by it. I just grabbed whatever it was and drank it down. It was a crappy tasting ale or whatever they call it, but it seemed good. Hmm. Okay, and you don't drink, do you? No. What type of question is that? You know what I meant. Right. Okay, so what's going on here then? You know what we'll be doing? I don't. And that's just the issue. A lot of stuff my body's telling me, it doesn't fit. I mean, granted, it feels natural, but it feels corrupted in some way. That makes sense. Does it? I mean, I understand what you're talking about, but what are we going to do if we can't find them? Right. I don't know. We have to find them. That's the thing. If we don't, we won't get any closer to finding out why we're shifting and jumping. Shifting? Okay. I mean, this is the most rapid one yet, right? I mean, no cities, no technology. We clearly, instead of going sideways, we somehow went somewhere else. And it's going far beyond what we consider to be normal. Huh. That makes sense. Okay. So, right now, we gotta just try and act normal. Keep things as business as usual. And if we can, we might start to get closer with answers. Right. Right. Well then, I'm set to lead a hunting party today. Really? Yeah. I'll catch you later then. Now, Katsuki was gonna walk away, and Deku he's left there trying to think about what he's done in this timeline. There's a memory in his head that haunts him, and from what he's seen of it, it feels, well, to say the least, disturbing. He can still he can still feel how cold the water is, and he can remember the wounds on his face and the claw marks on his arms. I mean, the guy, he did a lot of bad shit, but that just seems so, it's a bad way to go. Now, Deku, he wants to feel remorse for that, but he can't. There's just, there's something blocking that feeling. Does that mean that that really was a bad guy? Okay. Uh, Gotta start writing things down and sorting them out. Izuku. Alright, let's see. Differences. And what's wrong? Now, with that being said, I do believe that is a good point to bring this part to an end. And I do hope you guys enjoyed. To have an amazing day, I'll catch you guys in the next part.